Welcome to the sixth episode of our show, Talk to Coach in association with India Coaching Federation. Ladies and gentlemen, namaste. This is your host, Khushboo Sharma, welcomes you on our forum this evening. We truly appreciate your presence and time as always. As I always say, we all come together with the sheer purpose of getting an inch more closer to coaching and its business. And today, yet again, we are together on this forum exclusively there for you, sharing our wisdom with you, answering your questions, and making the difference. Let me remind you to drop your questions and we shall take them up in the starting of the next episode. As you mentioned few questions for us in the last episode, we are going to take them up today. So you may look forward to that. We all need a little extra motivation in life, from jumping out of a comfort zone, picking ourselves up after being knocked down, or just motivation to be probably a light in the light to the world. Having a life coach in such a great way is to basically keep yourself on the right track. A life coach is also a person who, or a coach is a person who also counsels and encourages clients on matter having to do with either their personal or career challenges. Coaching, in a way, if I say, is a proven method for personal improvement, exploration, and advancement. And today's episode is about how you navigate this journey. It's my pleasure to invite Dr. D, our Dr. Dhirendra Gautam, the chairman of NMCBI and ICF. I welcome you once again on Talk to Coach show, Dr. Gautam. How are you doing today?
Thank you, Khushboo, and nice for being here again. And it's really great talking to you and answering the questions of the people, whatever we have.
Yes,
Thanks a lot for
yes.
inviting me here again. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. D. Thank you very much. And so, Dr. D, investing, I believe, investing in yourself or investing in new attitude and personal beliefs that will make your life blossom, as well as creating a relationship with you that you always desired to have. These are very powerful steps in creating a life you want to live. Now, there are a lot of people, in order to this, have started looking forward to take coaching from life coaches. Today, I have got few questions that the audience have put up for you, and one is that I have for you, which is this: that what is it that you would like to tell people who look out for life coaches?
I think it's a really great question, Khushboo, and many people, they have this question, what is the use of a life coach? As we're talking to very simple, why I should need a life coach, what is the role of a life coach, how he or she is going to help us in adding value to my life. And there are many more questions, each and every people they have in their mind. See, coaching is a process which is very different from training. Many of the people, our creation, our understanding, our growth, so far from class 1 level to our master's level, we keep on getting learning and training. People feel that coaching is also might be something like that, another training program or another certification, to add some skills and competencies for the benefit of job or life. See, coaching program, yes, benefit wise, yes, there is a value addition in terms of your life, your job, your career, your business, or your relationship is always there. But a life coaching program is not a normal training program or not a skill development program. Coaching is all about people transformation. And I repeat it again, it is all about people, it is all about you, it is all about me, it is all about the individual. Basic fundamental of the coaching is always talking, and I let me put it in that way, it is a self introduction to yourself. It help you more to know who you are and how you can empower yourself to transform the things in your life, in your job, in your career, in your business. See, from morning to evening, everybody, keep on doing only two things. They take decision and they
mm,
implement the decision. And this decision they do it either for their life, or they're for career, or they're for business, or they're for relationship. But what happens ki everybody doesn't have a very good life, everybody doesn't have a very good career, everybody doesn't have their good relationship. So majority of the people they are having challenges in their life. And having challenges in their life, it is okay to have challenges, but how you are going to be prepared to take those challenges in your life to future, to create your future in terms of your career, your business, your relationship, your job. That is the process which the coach tells to you. The role of the coach or role of the life coach is not to add you another skill in your personality. It is not like that we are going to provide you another skill like influential skill or a presentation skill or a communication skill. No, that is not the role of the coach that you learn into a school, that you learn into a training program. The coach is helping you to introduce, to know who you are, what is your capability, and how you can build your future career based on your capability. So basically, it's an introduction program to you, to yourself. And by understanding this, you have an opportunity to create, like, a life abundance of fulfillment, satisfaction, and financial freedom. Unfortunately, many of the coaching methodology which is adopted, which is borrowed from outside India in our country, which is based on Western principle, is another replica of training programs. So, and the coaches are also delivering that program like, as a presentation or as a case study or as a different kind of presentation, and I call it Gyan Bato sessions. So people also get confused. Is it another training program? Is it another certification? Are they going to teach me another thing how to do this thing? No, no, no. That is not the coaching. Coaching is totally helping you to empowering the people. How you can get empowered, how you can personality get empowered, how your decision making is get empowered. And when you are get empowered with your this capability, whatever you do in your life, what kind of decision you are going to make it in your life, or a career or business or in relationship, everything is going to be transformed and empowered by you, because you are operating from a different level of framework. So it is like kind of a fundamental for the human being to understand how to add more value to your life, and how you can make your life more powerful through having a proper life coach and identifying them to get into, to add value in your self transformation. And that is the biggest use of a coaching program when we come to the training. And people should not have any confusion with any other training programs. And for this purpose, the whole idea of having India Coaching Federation is to provide the opportunity for the people to engage with the certified qualified coaches in our platform, who are truly trained and certified on the basis of empowering and transforming the life of the people. They are not trainers. They are not trainers. Yes, they are able to add value to empower and transform your life. And once you are empowered, you have your own capability. You are itself required to do the things. Your skills and competencies are already with you. Only it is required to be upgraded, updated, and empowered so that you can take it further and you can create your own future.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Dr. D, for explaining that so beautifully. And I'll tell you why I asked you this, because when I was going through the questions which were put up by the audience last time, and which I would request you to answer in today's episode, There was this first question that I'm going to put you here, put for you here. This question actually made me think about it, and I would just, before I even proceed ahead with the question, I would just like to say one thing. So the ones who are looking for a coach, you should know that they are going to help you empower. They're going to help you transform, and the journey just starts. And it's just so much more to this journey that actually cannot be put in words and explained right now. But yes, empowerment and transformations are two things that you can definitely look forward to. When I asked you this question, the reason, because the first question that comes to you as the audience question, Dr. D, is about um, the fact that the person says, how do I manage my boss? The question says that, is it possible to convince my boss ever, or to make him happy ever? Would the boss ever get convinced and happy and satisfied with the work that I'm doing? This is the question that the audience has put in. I would like you to please throw some light and answer to them so that they get some insights on this part.
Very great question, Khushboo, again. Like, as you know, our in India, majority of the people has to and exploring the possibility to get into the job and employment. And when you are looking for a job and employment, you cannot identify who is going to your boss. You don't have a choice for choosing your boss. Boss comes as a by default. And if you want to succeed and grow in your career, being in employment, the only key skill people should able to know and understand is that how to manage their boss. See, many of the people, you might be seeing it, a lot of talks happens on the social media. People keep on talking ki people doesn't leave organization, they leave their boss.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, like, how correct it is and how right and wrong it is, we are not here to discuss that. But one thing is very important, that when you are into an employment, when you are into a job, you have to have the understanding how to have a good relation with your boss and how to manage your boss. Before answering the question how to manage boss, it is very important to understand, like, the understanding of human design, I call it. There are four types of people in this world, as per my research, and depending upon their own personality, they act or they react in their life or in their job or in their career or whatever they do it. Similarly, when it comes to managing the boss, operating in a corporate environment where you have to interact with your boss, they operate from same kind of four types of personality. And understanding that personality is very important. And unless you understand that, how to manage your boss will become very difficult part. But one thing is very important, ki why this concept is there. Why is it so difficult to manage your boss? No, it is not difficult. If you are a corporate person, if you are an executive who is looking to have a growth in your career, you want to become a leader in your organization, one of the skill you should must know how to manage your boss. Because in corporate, lot of corporate works on targets, corporate works on vision, mission, goals, budgets. They have different kind of targets. They have uh, global target, they have company level target, they have regional target, they have department level target, function level target, individual level target, and each and every targets has to be managed. So being a boss or operating under a boss, you have an opportunity to deal with all these kind of targets and deadlines and work to be done. And here it comes, every people are not performing at their top level of capability. That's why sometimes somebody is an underperformer, somebody is an overperformer, somebody is an average performer. And then it becomes the role of the boss to get the things done for the department, for the function, for the organization, for the corporate as a whole. And here it comes the challenging aspects of the corporate environment where you require to manage the boss. So this is the fundamental. It has to be there in each and every organization, whether the organization is smaller or organization is bigger. But if you are having a aspiration or inspiration to grow more and more in your organization to become a leader, you need to know this how to manage your boss. So I was talking about the four kind of personality or four kind of people who operate from a different level of their personality, and that is the way they try to manage their boss. And there are challenges and there are issues comes in. The first level of the people who always believe in avoiding any challenge or any difficulties with their boss. So what happens ki if you are having a, a target related issue, a job related issue, or a relationship related issue. Another thing what I just wanted to say ki managing your boss is not a skill or competency. It is more of a relationship related challenges. So I was talking about the first kind of people who believe in avoiding the boss. So what they do, if they have a challenging situation with their boss, in a spite of dealing with that situation and dealing with the boss, they start avoiding the boss. If any work is there, they try to avoid it. If any relationship problem is there with the boss, they try to avoid it. If the relationship and challenges escalate more, you look for another job, you try to resign from here. But when you go to another job, the problem remains same. So avoiding the boss, avoiding the relationship, avoiding the challenges is not the best way to manage your boss. You can avoid in one organization, you can avoid in one situation, two situation, but how long you can keep on avoiding? You will not be keep on avoiding for your whole life, and you will not able to transform how to manage your boss. So first level is a very inferior level where majority of the people they try to do it. And the statement what I say it in beginning, people say that people they leave boss, they not leave the organization. So those are the people who are trying to avoid the managing the boss, avoid the relationship with the boss, avoid the challenges faced by the boss and the work and culture. They try to leave their companies, they try to leave their organization, they try to go to the different people. So every 2 to 3 years you have these challenges and you keep on looking for different job. And in a country like India where the job is very challenging aspects, lot of challenges, jobs are not available for the people at whatever level you are, irrespective. This is not a better solution. The second level of the people is there while managing the boss, they have either they react or they respond. So this is the second philosophy people they apply. So when boss comes with some kind of a statement, some kind of challenges, some kind of expectation, they either react or they respond. Reacting and responding to the boss is okay up to a certain level. When it comes for the technical level of managing the work is concerned, it is very important to understand reacting and responding is okay till you are talking in technical terms. Suppose you are a finance person and you are talking to your finance director. You are a finance manager, you are talking to your finance director, you have to manage your boss. If there is a technical challenge is managing the financials, you can either react or you can respond in the discussion, in the argument, and you can put your thoughts. But when it comes to managing the relationship with the boss, other than the technical aspects of the work is doesn't have only technical aspect, it has has more of people's management, it has more of relationship management, it is more of a function management. So when it comes to that, reacting and responding creates argument, and that creates more problem. So when your boss says something and you react, while reacting you are creating further dissatisfaction to your boss, and when your boss reacts on that and responds on that, you have further dissatisfaction. And what happens is people start playing the blame game that we see in all corporate culture. One email comes to you early in the morning, and the 10 superior bosses are copied in that. And now you become super reactive because all the bosses to bosses are copied in that mail. So you feel that if I will not respond on this email, my image is going to be dented. What boss is going to think? So you come into a full power and you start writing an email which is don't require to be written anywhere. This could have solved with a different kind of issues. By just mere having a proper communication, it can be resolved. So responding and reacting doesn't help in managing the relationship with the boss. The third level of the managing the boss, I call it influencing. People who are influencer, our influence also comes in two ways. One, you can politically influence the boss, and when I say politically, it is nothing to do with the politics and political parties. Politics means being clever, in the organization, and you are start influencing your boss with a different angle. And there are many ways, all the ways I will not able to discuss in this live sessions, where you play politics, you play blame game, you play different kind of game, you try to please your boss, you try to do many things to your boss, and you try to influence them for a different purpose. So that influence is also okay up to a certain level, where you are able to influence your boss with either adding value or resolving the challenges of the department, of the organization, of the company. So influence is two types. One is pure influence, where you are either adding value or resolving the challenges of the function, of the department, of the boss, of the organization. If this is the influence, yes, it is very well accepted, and it will able to add lot of value in not only managing your boss, but managing the function, department, company, and objective also. But the second part of influencing, which is politics, is very dangerous. When you start playing politics in managing your boss, that becomes double edged sword. When you play a politics, and if your boss is able to play a bigger politics to you, you are nowhere, you are out of the job, your career get spoiled, and you are nowhere. So it is always a double edged sword. And when you are trying to influence with the power of you, influence with the power of your own being, influence with the power of your own capability, how you can add value and transform and influence or resolve the challenges and problem in the life of the people, in the work, in the job, in the culture, in the work environment, this kind of thing. So the third level of managing the boss, I call it influence. The fourth level, which is the real level of managing, is called manage your boss. There is no alternative. If the situation is there, you have to manage, so you have to learn how to manage your boss. And the only way you can manage your boss, when you operate from your truthfulness, being at with whole power of you, understanding and discovering your oneself. How it is going to happen when you operate from your own being, when you are operating from being whatever you are as a human being. If you operate from the same angle, neither you are going to avoid the situation, not you are going to respond and react, neither you are trying to influence the people. You are trying to be whatever you are, and you are operating from that level. So if even if some kind of challenges is there, you have to understand, discover, analyze, and find out the solution of that challenges in managing the boss. If there is a work related challenge, you have to opportunity to sit with your boss, understand it, plan it, go through with this, come up with an idea of solution, and go with the solution to help them. If you try to add value and influence in the life of the people in your organization, in your department, in your team, you are not only able to manage your team and department and your role and job, but you will start managing the overall responsibility of the department. And this way, you have the opportunity to manage the work of your boss also. So, what happened in a corporate culture, the only way you can win is by performing better than anybody else. There is no fight where you can fight and prove that you are superior. The only way you can prove the superiority is by performing better way than anybody else. Your boss is also the same person, same functional expertise, whatever you are handling. Only difference is might be some experience and age. So he is sitting on a boss chair. So you have to understand that he only because of certain more experience, certain more age, he is sitting on the boss. There is no other difference between me and him or her. So we have a capability to understand my roles and responsibility, my job, and understanding the roles and responsibility of the boss. If you start performing up to a level your boss is performing or better than that, you will start managing your boss automatically, and your boss will start listening to you. That is the all about, I would like to say, how you can manage your boss. Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Dr. D. You really explained it so beautifully. In fact, thanks a lot for for your time on this question. I think you've really taken time to take us to the depth of it, and I'm sure that a lot of us can actually resonate with this concern raised by this one of our audience here, and I hope he has got the answer of his question here. And I think the bottom line is, as you said it, you so beautifully explained it to us and you took us through it, the details of it. I think there's nothing which is impossible. It's just the way we look at things, the way we want to navigate it. And if we have the right coach, the right guidance with us, then there's no way that any such thing is impossible to be handled. So thank you so much, Dr. D. Although I had a couple of more questions for you, but since there's a time constraint, I would like to take this pillage in the next episode. Um, I would want the audience to please bear with me. We are going to take the next couple of questions in the next episode for you. Well, that's exactly coaches focus on how you navigate obstacles and you can continue to move forward and make positive changes in your life. That's their job, and their job is actually to listen to what's making you feel stuck on a certain issue and giving you the resource to change the course, as Dr. D just took us through. And that's exactly what your coach does. So now that you know what exactly your coach, what is it that you can look forward to, look out for one coach for yourself. Well, this brings us to the end of our episode today. Many thanks to all those who joined in for today's episode. Thank you so much, Dr. D, for this insightful uh, episode yet again. It was a pleasure hearing you as always. And it's time to say bye, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us today and stay tuned for the next episode on next Saturday at 5 p.m. Namaste.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Khushboo. Thanks for me having it here. And we will keep
And
on talking to our audience as and when it is possible. Thanks a lot.
absolutely, Dr. D, we'll take up the questions in the next episode. Thank you.
Thank you.